Caleb, I bet you can't make a basket in the north hoop.
I bet I can. $50? It's a bet.
Caleb, I said the north hoop. Oh! Caleb and I want to preface this duo by saying one thing that is very important. Scamming people is not okay.
With that out of the way, join us as we see two brothers scam their friend out of his new knife.
And more adventures of the Great Brain.
The true story of the night the monster walked.
By John B. Fitzgerald.
It all started our first morning back at school. There was a new kid in town named Parley Benson, and he was showing off a genuine Bowie knife that his father had given him for Christmas. I knew Tom's great brain was working furiously to get that knife.
What a story! I guess that makes you the bravest kid in all town, all right?
I wouldn't say that. What takes real courage is an explorer going into a wild and strange country. Now, if a boy had real courage, he'd go someplace like the entrance chamber to Skeleton Cave. At night, knowing there are real monsters in that cave. That would take real courage.
Well, I bet I wouldn't be afraid of my Bowie knife.
Well, I wasn't thinking of betting, but now that you mention it, I've got my Bowie knife, my air rifle, and 25 cents in cash. You'd be too afraid to meet me in the entrance chamber to Skeleton Cave.
It is a bet.
That new kid, Parley Benson, sure likes to brag.
Are you gonna put your great brain to work in cure Parley of his bragging?
And teach him a lesson at the same time.
We were in the back of the slaughterhouse, and the odor was terrible. Tom picked through a pile of old steer hooves and pulled out 3 split-toed ones. He didn't say a word until we were back at the barn.
You go stand guard outside. Come inside.
He held up 2 boards so that I could see, and he nailed the steer hoofs at the bottom of each board with the toes pointing in all different directions.
Behold, the footprints of a monster. When I get through, Parley will swear there are monsters in Skeleton Cave. That Bowie knife is as good as mine. I'll sneak out after curfew and make the tracks going from Skeleton Cave down to the river and back.
I had just finished my first stack of flapjacks when Uncle Mark came into the kitchen. He was usually calm like a peace officer should be, but something had gotten him all excited. You won't believe this, but there are tracks of an animal I've never seen before leading from the cave to the river and back.
What kind of tracks?
Well, they belong to an animal of some sort. They have 3 split toes, pointing in all different directions.
A prehistoric animal! What a news story this will make!
I think the best thing that we can do is to get the mayor's permission and to dynamite the entrance of the cave so the beast cannot escape again.
You'll do no such thing! Think of what this means to science!
You keep boys in the house.
story? But how could intelligent men like Papa and Uncle Mark believe such an impossible thing?
You've got to figure out some way to tell Papa that those footprints are fake.
Papa will know they're fake. Papa is a college graduate.
I'd rather couldn't have been more wrong. Uncle Mark swung into action. He swore in 50 deputies to patrol the streets, armed with rifles and shotguns. The whole town was paralyzed with terror to the point of panic. Tom had decided things had come this far, so he might as well wait until the morning to tell Papa that the footprints were fake.
So he could collect his bet from Farley.
Tom has gone to the Mount Skeleton Cave. Tom's gone to the Mount Skeleton Cave.
Good Lord! In all the excitement, some trigger-happy deputy might take a shot at the boy! Oh, man! What do you think you're doing?
I made a bet with Farley. You are my witness that I was in the entrance chamber to Skeleton Cave and Farley wasn't there.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I bet Farley might air out of my jackknife and 25 cents in cash. That he'd be too afraid to meet me in the entrance to Skeleton Cave.
And you went there, knowing that beast might have killed you?
About those tracks.
Huh?
I made the tracks. I knew if Farley thought there was a real monster in that cave, he
Huh?
wouldn't go near it. And I'd win the bet. I was gonna tell you the footprints were fake, but Mama wouldn't let me. Tom did mention that he had something to tell you, but I figured it could wait. Don't worry, Papa. My great has seen both you and Uncle Mark. All you've got to do is to dynamite the entrance to the cave, and then no one will be able to prove there wasn't a live monster.
I know the mayor will give you the permission. I just leave the tracks.
Pere, du savais.
And a herd of sheep in the stockyards. I can get him to drive the sheep up to the ridge, obscuring the tracks.
I figured that Tom's brilliant idea
Bah.
would make the punishment light, but
It did not. A person that cheats to win a bet is no better than a person who steals.
But Papa, you and Uncle Mark cheated by letting the people believe there really was a live monster.
A kid tells a lie, and he gets a whipping or punishment of some kind. But his parents can tell lies all over the place, like Papa did. And that is okay, because they're grown-ups. Boy, oh boy, when I'm a grown-up, I'll be the biggest liar in the world!
me and Caleb have made our fair share of bets. And we've learned the same lesson as Tom and JD have. When winning matters more than the truth, nobody wins. Thank you.